Picture this. It's the middle of the night in the freezing stone monastery of Podlysis. A monk, condemned for breaking his sacred vows, is sentenced to be walled up alive. To save his own skin, he makes a deal. He'll write the greatest book in human history in a single night. A book containing all human knowledge, the Bible, science, medicine, history, the whole nine yards. But everyone knows that's impossible. One man can't create a masterpiece like that overnight. The legend says, in his desperation, he summoned the devil himself. When the sun came up, the monk was gone. All that was left was a massive book, weighing nearly 165 pounds, made of 310 sheets of animal hide, what we now call the Codex Gigas or the Devil's Bible. But get this, the Codex Gigas is real. It sits in the National Library of Sweden today. It's the largest medieval manuscript in the world, holding the entire Bible right alongside magic spells, incantations, and a full-page portrait of the devil. Historians are stumped. Why would a holy book contain a tribute to the devil? And how does the legend of it being written in one night line up with modern analysis, which suggests it was written at an inhuman speed, seemingly by a single scribe? The Codex Gigas is both undeniable history and a stark reminder that people in the Middle Ages would look to supernatural power to do the impossible. But if the Codex Gigas at least pretended to be about God, the next book wasn't written for our world at all. In 1912, a book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich stumbled upon a bizarre manuscript in a vault in Italy. It was nearly 240 pages long, written in a language no one had ever seen, filled with drawings of alien-looking plants, astronomical charts, and strange, baffling rituals. It became known as the Voynich manuscript. And make no mistake, this is not some hoax. Computer analysis shows the script follows strict rules, with its own grammar and syntax, just like a real language. But no one knows what civilization it belongs to. Inside, drawings depict plant species that don't exist on Earth. Other pages show naked women bathing in elaborate systems of pipes, as if taking part in some strange biological rite. For over a century, every attempt to crack the code has failed. Even with supercomputers and AI, the book is a locked door, but the key seems to have never existed in human history. Some scholars even argue the book wasn't written for humans, but for someone else. If anyone ever manages to open that door, we might just find out that knowledge isn't always meant for mankind. And then there are the books that don't hide their purpose at all. They were written specifically to make deals with demons. If the Voynich manuscript is an enigma, the grimoires are hard proof of the dark side of human ambition. In the Middle Ages, grimoire was the name for a textbook of magic, a how-to guide for summoning spirits, casting spells, or even forcing demons to do your bidding. Among them, the Grand Grimoire, nicknamed the most dangerous book in the world, is especially feared. It contains specific instructions for summoning Lucifer and other demon kings, complete with contracts the summoner had to sign in their own blood. The chilling part is, the Grand Grimoire isn't just a fairy tale. Copies have been found across Europe, and the Vatican itself is rumored to hold at least one original copy. It begs the question, if this power is just superstition, why would the Church, which burned heretical texts, hang on to it instead of destroying it? Maybe, even if you don't believe in magic, you understand one thing. Knowledge, even evil knowledge, is power. And if this knowledge is still out there, who's holding it now? The trail might just lead to the most secret vault on the planet. Deep beneath Vatican City lies a place most of humanity will never see: the Vatican's secret archives. This place holds over 53 miles, 85 kilometers of shelving, with millions of documents stretching from ancient times to today. Access is granted to only a handful of scholars, and what's really inside is anybody's guess. The theories run wild. Original Gospels that were deleted from the Bible, copies of ancient grimoires, and records of supernatural events. The Vatican doesn't deny the archives exist. Their official line is, for the good of the faith, not everyone should know every truth. But let's flip that around. What if the real goal isn't to protect humanity, but to protect the power of a select few? Throughout history, knowledge has always been power. The one who holds the secrets controls belief, manipulates crowds, and shapes history itself. Maybe those forbidden books were never destroyed. They're just sitting in the dark, waiting for someone powerful or reckless enough to open them again. History is littered with other legendary texts that vanished completely, as if some invisible hand wiped them from time. The ancient Egyptians spoke of the Book of Thoth, said to contain spells to control nature. In Rome, the Sibylline books, prophecies that guided the empire, were destroyed or hidden when Rome fell. So you have to ask, why do all the books that promise superhuman power disappear from the record? If they were just superstitions, they'd be forgotten. The fact that they were systematically erased suggests someone was deliberately controlling this knowledge. Knowledge never really disappears, it just changes hands. So what happens when someone actually gets their hands on these forbidden texts? History is full of stories of those who tried and paid the price. In 16th century Europe, the scholar Johann Georg Faust, the real-life inspiration for the deal with the devil legend, supposedly studied ancient grimoires. He died a gruesome, mysterious death. Medieval records are also full of witch trials where the accused owned books of magic, which conveniently disappeared after being confiscated. This raises a huge question. If the power in these books was fake, why were people so afraid of them that they had to be destroyed or hidden? Maybe their real power wasn't magic, but forbidden ideas, knowledge that could shatter social order, threaten religion, or topple governments. Our history might not be a story of progress, but a story curated by those in power. If these forbidden manuscripts hold knowledge beyond our understanding, the billion-dollar question is, where are they now? Evidence suggests many were protected by secret societies. Groups like the Freemasons and the Illuminati have long been accused of guarding ancient knowledge, passed down through symbols and rituals outsiders can't decipher. The terrifying part is, if these texts really contain power, whoever holds them doesn't even need to use it. They just need to make sure the rest of us never get to see it. That's the ultimate power, controlling information. History isn't just written by the victors, it's edited by them. When you look back, you see the pattern. Any knowledge deemed too powerful gets hidden. The Codex Gigas is on display, but nobody dares read its demonic prayers aloud. The Voynich manuscript remains uncrackable. The Grand Grimoire is locked away by the Vatican. Countless others are gone without a trace. The scariest part isn't whether these books are real or not. It's the fact that someone, somewhere, is deciding what you get to know. These forbidden manuscripts are symbols of the eternal war between power and truth. They exist as proof that the history of humanity wasn't entirely written by us. If one day all these hidden secrets are finally unleashed, the history we know could shatter. And maybe that day is coming. A day when knowledge is no longer hidden in a dark vault, but brought into the light, forcing humanity to face the final question. Are we ready for the truth?